right, fire it up. Just do your thing here, bud. Nobody's any better at this than you are. Have fun, take a deep breath.
Give him hell at the end. You like this?
Fighting like hell like we do every week. You are the best here. Brett, be affirmative. You told me to get on.
Info. Ready. Ready. Go slow. Green, green, green. Lock it down, lock it down. 14.
I'm destroyed, and I just got drove through like 6 times on the 14. What the f*** is he thinking? That is the stupidest thing I've seen in my career. Literally.
Everything you described is accurate. Haven't even finished the second stage yet. Half the field's wrecked.
Hell yeah. 11 got it.
Proud of you there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position, we'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
Therefore, great job, guys.
Welcome back to another exciting week of Racing in the Draft. My name is Mark, and I will be breaking down this week's action at Watkins Glen and a breakdown of the drivers, the track, and who to potentially take for your DraftKings or fantasy racing this week. But I do mostly emphasize on the DraftKings model. It's been 2 long weeks since we've had any NASCAR racing, and we probably have almost kind of forgotten Eric Almirola's amazing win, coming pretty much out of nowhere, very unexpected, but good win for Eric, who has had an extremely tough year along with Stewart-Haas Racing, and got to victory in a darkness shortening race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The race started off with lots of controversy and rain mist at the beginning that turned into a rain in one of the 2 sides of the track, which when Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. were the first 2 cars to get there, their cars ended up getting wrecked. Then NASCAR threw a red flag. Kyle Busch probably had a lot more to say than he said, but pretty much threw his car in the back of the hauler and went home. And then they proceeded to finish out the race a couple hours later. But because of that rain and the late start time and New Hampshire not having any lights, they shortened the race by about 8 laps, which I still think Eric probably would have won the race, even though Christopher Bell was making a run there at the end. But either way, Eric Almirola, welcome to the playoffs. If we can keep the number of winners to 16. We have 4 races left, 13 winners. We do have a potential that we see one of these race winners not make the playoffs. It gets a little convoluted. The regular season points winner gets an automatic spot into the playoffs, which currently is Denny Hamlin, which currently does not have a win. If Denny were to happen to win, number 1, that would guarantee him into the playoffs, which would be number 14th spot. Kevin Harvick still hasn't won. That could be number 15. And we've got Daytona as the last race, which is going to be a wild card. That potentially puts 16 in. Well, if Denny doesn't happen to win a race, but holds on and maintains the points lead at the end of the regular season, he would get in. And if there were 16 different winners, not including Denny, that would bump probably Eric out of the playoffs. So, Eric, you've got a spot right now. Hopefully you can hold on to it. But congrats to Stewart-Haas and him for maybe turning the corner on this just god-awful year that they've had. But let's look at the optimal lineup from New Hampshire. As we see, the optimal lineup did have an interesting mix. We had 4 kind of dominators. Wouldn't really say any one particular driver dominated the race. Maybe Kevin Harvick with leading 66 laps. or Ryan Blaney with 64 laps. Brad led 53 laps, and then Eric, of course, won and led 25 laps, but Eric was much more of a place differential, where everybody else, Kevin from 12th to 6th, Brad from 11th to 3. I mean, they're all place differentials. I mean, Ryan Blaney only moved up 2 spots. But then we had 2 value guys with Ross Chastain at 7,000 and Cole Custer at 6,300. Yeah, they were place differential movers also, but mostly those 2 were the value picks. But optimal lineup contest for the year, Daniel Suarez still holds the top spot by 1, but that has really gotten tight with Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, and Alex Bowman 1 race behind. Martin Truex Jr., Ross Chastain, and Ryan Blaney all followed up 2 spots behind. And Eric Almirola finally making the board. So, let's take a look. This week, we go racing in New York. The Go Bowling at the Glen. Another road course. Our first of 2 back-to-back weekends. So we take 2 weeks off, watch some Olympics, and then go road course racing 2 weeks in a row. So as we can see, this road course type, this type of track is a road course. The track length is 3.4 miles, 11 turns total. The race length here is 90 laps, which is the same as what Sonoma was. Dominator points will be 63. Lead laps 22.5 and fast laps 40.5. It's a pretty track that's been around since the early 1950s, so they've been racing here for an extremely long time. Jeff Gordon, I think, holds the most laps competed. Mark Martin owns the most top 5s, and so it's a great course. It's been around forever. It's really fun to watch. But the real reason you guys came was the driver breakdown. So let's get into that. Starting at the top, I would have thought that DraftKings would have put my probably favorite for this race, Chase Elliott, at the top, but they like Kyle Busch because of his starting spot, and I have to probably agree with them, even though the algorithm puts him at the power ranking of 2. But Kyle Busch, 10,900, starting 20th. His average finish, and now with these stats, again, we kind of do things a little different because they haven't raced at Watkins Glen since 2019. So I'm taking a lot of data from road courses that they've run this year and the 2019 road course race at Watkins Glen. So the average finish for those last 5 road courses would be 12.8 for Kyle Busch, 35.4 DraftKings, and he has 2 top 5s, 3 top 4s, or 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s. He finished 11th the last time they raced here at Watkins Glen. In his road course total history, he has 3 wins, 13 top 5s, 22 top 10s, 26 top 20s, and he's raced on road courses 38 times. Next in line, my favorite for at least the win would be Chase Elliott, 10,600. He pretty much is the road course king at this point. Starting 11th, we'll have some PD upside with Chase also. Our ranking of 1. And the last 5 road courses that we're looking at, he has 3 wins, 4 top 10s, 4 top 5, 4 top 10, 4 top 20s. Boy, I'm out of practice. 59.3 DraftKings average, 5.2 average finish, and he did win the race at Watkins Glen in 2019. In his road course history, he has 7 wins out of his 16 starts, along with 9 top 5s, 11 top 10s, and 13 top 20s. Next in line, we've got Martin Truex Jr., 10,400, starting 9th, so potentially a little bit of PD upside with Martin. Not a whole lot, but some. Power ranking of 4. His average finish out of the last 5 road courses that we're looking at is a 12.2 and a 36.1 DraftKings average. 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s. He finished 2nd here at the last Watkins Glen race. In his road course history, he has 4 wins, 12 top 5s, 18 top 10s, 24 top 20s, and has started on road courses 33 times. Next in line, we have Kyle Larson, 10,200, starting 4th. 7th on the power ranking, mostly because of where he's starting. There's not going to be a whole lot of PD upside, especially if Kyle, Chase, and Martin take 1, 2, 3. But I think Kyle can easily put himself into the middle of that mix, but not a lot of PD upside here, but probably a decent finish. Kyle is starting 4th. He does have 1 win in the last 5 road courses that we're looking at. 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s. 32.6 DraftKings average and has an 11.4 average finish. Kyle did finish 8th here in 2019. In his road course history, he does have the 1 win, which came at Sonoma, where he dominated the field, and has 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s, 12 top 20s, and 18 total road course starts. All right, next in line, we've got Kurt Busch, 10,000, starting 17th. So we'll have some PD upside here with Kurt, and his power ranking is 3 this week. 10.2 average finish, 42.6 DraftKings average, 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 4 top 20s in the last 5 road courses, and finished 10th here last time they raced at Watkins Glen 2 years ago. His total road course history has 1 win, 15 top 5s, 26 top 10s, and 35 top 20s, 45 total starts on road courses. And crazy, silly season. Ross Chastain will be taking over the number 1 ride, with Trackhouse purchasing Chip Ganassi. I don't know the number that Daniel Suarez will take, if it'll be the 42 or the 99. But that leaves Kurt Busch now the odd man out, along with Matt DiBenedetto, who lost his ride to Harrison Burton. Not sure if that happened over the off weekends or not, but yeah, crazy silly season has already started, and lots of potential spots for people to go still. DraftKings next pricing level is 9,000 to 9,800. William Byron is 16th on the power grid, starting 116th. No, he's not starting that far back. They don't have that many cars running. He is starting 16th. His average finish is 26.6, 2.9 DraftKings average, 1 top 20. He did not race here in 2019. In his road course history, he has 4 top 10s, 6 top 20s, and when he did run the Xfinity car here in 2019, he finished 10th. He does have 12 total road course starts. William just really has not kind of figured out road course racing yet. I'm sure when he does, he will be a contender. Just that's the style racing guy he is. He's a great race car driver. He just hasn't figured out road courses yet, but he will. Next in line is Joey Logano, 9,600, with a little bit new paint scheme with the Verizon colors this weekend, starting outside pole, 2nd, 6th on the power ranking. He does not have any wins in the last 5 starts on road courses, but does have 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s, 40.4 DraftKings average, and a 13.8 average finish, and finished 19th here in 2019. He does have 1 win on his resume for road courses, and 10 top 5s, 17 top 10s, and 24 top 20s, and has started 30 total times. Next in line, Denny Hamlin, 9,400, starting 6th. 5th on the power ranking. In the last 5, he has 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s, a 40.9 DraftKings average, and a 6.6 average finish. Lots of 6s in there, so maybe Denny will start 6th and finish 6th. I don't know. I get weird about numbers sometimes. But finished 3rd here in 2019. Does have 1 road course win on his resume out of his 36 total starts, along with 11 top 5s, 18 top 10s, and 26 top 20s. Next in line here, we've got Ryan Blaney, 9,200, starting third, 12th on the power ranking, 13.4 average finish, 29.8 DraftKings average, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. Finished 5th here in 2019 and has 1 win on road courses on his resume, 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and 13 top 20s. And he's started road courses 16 total times. Brad Keselowski, 9,000, starting first, and they did make it official. Brad is headed to Roush Fenway as a partner driver to drive the number 6, which throws Ryan Newman into that mix along with Matt DiBenedetto and Kurt Busch. So 3 drivers out there that are all very capable drivers without a ride for next year currently. But Brad is starting on the pole, not outside pole, but Penske has 1, 2, and 3. They're starting 1, 2, and 3 this weekend. It all based on that silly qualifying metric that they do. But either way, Penske's got 1.5 of the first 2 rows. Along with starting first, he has an average finish of 15.4 and a 34.4 DraftKings average, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. Finished 9th here in 2019. Does have 2 wins on his road course resume with 7 top 5s, 10 top 10s, 23 top 20s, and a 28 out of 28 total starts. Boy, I can't talk this morning, but either way, keep on going here. DraftKings, next level 8,100 to 8,900. Christopher Bell at 8,800, who has really started to turn up the intensity and ability meter for Joe Gibbs Racing this year after kind of a little bit of a rocky start other than his win earlier at the Daytona Road Course. Has really started to finish very well. Starting 7th this weekend, has 1 win, 2 top 5, 2 top 10, 2 top 20s, 27.0 DraftKings average, and a 16.3 average finish. He finished 14th here in 2019. Does have that 1 win. All those stats are still the same. He has a total of 6 road course starts, 2 Xfinity starts here at Watkins Glen with a 9th and a 2nd. I would expect Christopher Bell probably to finish about where he's starting, if not a little bit higher. So I think Christopher Bell is starting to hit his stride and really start to make some noise. Alex Bowman, 8,600, starting 7th, power ranking of 8, 12.6 average finish, 34.6 DraftKings average, no top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s in the last 5 road course starts. Finished 14th here in 2019 and has 16 total road course starts with 2 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and 11 top 20s. Next in line, we've got Kevin Harvick, who is still searching for that win. 8,500, starting 5th, 19.8 average finish out of the last 5 road course starts. That's been pretty much his year for 2021. They just haven't quite figured it out. But after leading a bunch of laps at New Hampshire, I expect maybe that Ford and Stewart-Haas might be turning the corner. So potentially somebody to start keeping an eye on is Kevin, but we'll see after we get through these road courses. Depending on how many people win, I still feel comfortable that Kevin should make the playoffs. And he has a 19.8 average finish, 21.8 DraftKings average, 2 top 10s, 2 top 20s. He finished 7th here in 2019. In his road course resume, he does have 2 wins out of his 46 total starts, 11 top 5s, 24 top 10s, and 37 top 20s. Next in line, we've got Chase Briscoe, 8,300, starting 27th. Good PD upside potential here with Briscoe. 18th on the power grid, and he has started 4 total road courses in the Cup Series. 15.3 average finish, 21.8 DraftKings average, 2 top 10s, 3 top 20s. Did not race here in 2019 in Cup, but did in the Xfinity Series where he finished 6th. Next in line, we've got Ross Chastain, 8,100, starting 12th. He has an average finish of 16.8, 27.5 DraftKings average, 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, 3 top 20s. 14th on the power ranking. He finished 27th here in 2019, and his road course resume is about the same. 4 total starts, 1 top 5, 3 top 10, 3 top 20s. All right, our next pricing level, 7,300 to 8,000. We've got Tyler Reddick coming in at $8,000. 20th on the power ranking, starting 13th, has an average finish of 18.5 in the last 5 road courses that we're looking at. An 18.3 average finish, or DraftKings average, 2 top 10s, 3 top 20s. Doesn't have any wins out of those 6, and has 2 top 10s and 5 top 20s. Does have 2 Xfinity starts here at Watkins Glen, finishing 11th and 5th. Next in line, Chris Buescher, 7,800, starting 24th and 13th on the power ranking, has a 17.6 average finish, 32.3 DraftKings average, no top 10s, but does have 5 top 20s. Finished 13th here in 2019, and to his resume with his 17 total starts, has 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and 14 top 20s. So pretty consistent, moving to the top 20s. So potentially Chris Buescher will have some PD upside here. Matt DiBenedetto, 7,600, one of those drivers without a ride for next year. I hope he gets one. I really like Matty D. Starting 14th, 19th on the power ranking, 19.8 average finish, 22.9 DraftKings average. Out of the last 5 road courses, 2 top 10s, 2 top 20s. He finished 6th here in 2019. Matt DiBenedetto is actually a decent little road course racer. Did end up leading some laps at Road America. So potentially some PD upside here for Matty D, depending on how well they can run. 18th on 18 total starts to his resume with 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, 7 top 20s. Most of those were in lesser equipment. Once he's gotten into better equipment, he has really started to show that he's a pretty decent little road course racer. So keep that in mind with Matty D. Daniel Suarez, 7,500, starting 21st and 23rd on the power ranking, 22.8 average finish on road courses, 14.0 DraftKings average, 2 top 10, 2 top 20s. Finished 17th here in 2019, and his road course resume has 14 total starts with 2 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 9 top 20s. Next in line here, we've got Ryan Newman, 7,300. One more guy looking for that ride still. Starting 28th, 27th on the power ranking, 26.8 average finish, 16.6 DraftKings average with only 1 top 20. He finished 25th here in 2019. His road course resume has 44 total road course starts with 3 top 5s, 11 top 10s, and 31 top 20s. Potentially look for Ryan to be one of our PD upside guys. Roush Fenway has started to kind of turn the corner a little bit. Ford has started to turn that corner a little bit, so maybe we'll see some noise out of Ryan Newman this weekend, even though he is highlighted in yellow, so bear that with caution. Next grouping here, we start with Michael McDowell, 7,200, starting 25th, 11th on the power ranking, 17.8 average finish, 24.4 DraftKings average, 2 top 10s, 3 top 20s. Finished 16th here in 2019, and his road course resume has 22 total starts with 3 top 10s and 11 top 20s. Michael's actually a pretty good little road course racer also. All these guys have really started to turn into road course racers. But I guess that's what happens when you start running 7 road courses in a year. Eric Jones next in line, 7,000, starting 19th, 9th on the power ranking, 12.8 average finish, 40.8 DraftKings average, 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and 5 top 20s. Finished 4th here in 2019. And remember, that was in Joe Gibbs equipment, not in Richard Petty equipment. Even though road courses are a little bit equalizing when it comes to stuff like that. So don't completely take Eric out of your lineups. 14 total road course starts to his resume, 3 top 5, 6 top 10s, and 11 top 20s. Next in line, the last 3 weekends, 2 weekends, I don't know. The last race we had, winner Eric Almirola, 6,800, starting 8th. Starting almost a little too high for me on a road course. As we'll look, he is 24th on the power ranking, 19.2 average finish, 26.3 DraftKings average, 3 top 20s. Finished 12th here in 2019. And his road course resume has 23 total starts, 2 top 10s, and 6 top 20s. Bubba Wallace next in line here at 6,600, starting 30th. 26th on the power ranking, has a 26.2 average finish and a 15.2 DraftKings average, and 1 top 20. Probably going to sway away from Bubba Wallace. He hasn't shown me anything on road courses that makes me go, I mean, I don't think he's going to finish 30th, but I don't think he's going to finish a whole lot better than there, but somewhere probably in the mid-20s, so not enough to really call it a PD upside win for me. Finished 28th here in 2019, has 12 total road course starts on his resume with only 1 top 20. Cole Custer next in line, 6,500, starting 19th, 32nd on the power ranking, a 21.5 average finish and a 15.8 DraftKings average. And this would be our first no-go person, highlighted in red here. 3 top 20s. Did not race here in 2019. And his road course resume has 6 total starts with 4 top 20s and 1 top 10. 3 Xfinity starts where he's finished 12th, 6th, and 7th. Next in line, we've got Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 6,300, starting 18th. 22nd on the power ranking, 20.8 average finish, 20.6 DraftKings average, 3 top 20s. Finished 15th here in 2019, and his road course resume has 21 total road course starts, and he's never finished in the top 10, but does have 12 top 20 finishes. So Ricky Stenhouse will probably more likely finish where he started. So not a whole lot of PD upside here, but we do start to see a little bit of cost savings once we get down to these guys, and we've got to have a few of those in our lineup. Next in line here, Austin Dillon, 6,100, starting 16th, 26th on the power ranking, 20.2 average finish, 21.0 DraftKings average, 3 top 20s, finished 7th here in 2019. 19 total road course starts on his resume, and 9 top 20s and no top 10s. Next in line, we've got James Davidson, 5,900, who is the mate from Down Under, who actually has a decent amount of road course. He's a road course ringer, really. It's where he grew his roots in Australia, was on road courses. And he's actually finished fairly well with the equipment that he's got. 26.3 average finish, 21.8 DraftKings average. I'm not sure he makes the optimal lineup, but with the cost savings and his experience, he might be somebody that if you need to save some dollars, James might be somebody to look at. This will be his first start at Watkins Glen. Next in line here, we've got Corey LaJoie, 5,800, starting 29th, 24.8 average finish on the last 5 road courses, 10.6 DraftKings average, and 2 top 20s. He finished 34th here in 2019, and his road course resume has 10 total starts with only 2 top 20s. Next in line, Anthony Alfredo, 5,600, starting 31st. His average finish in the last 4 road courses is 27.0, 17.8 DraftKings average. Did not race here, and he's never raced here actually. So this will be his first start at Watkins Glen. Next in line here, we've got Ryan Preece, 5,500, starting 21st, has an average finish of 24.2, 20.4 DraftKings average, 1 top 10 and 2 top 20s, 21st on that power ranking, finished 36th here in 2019, 9 total starts on his road course resume with 1 top 10 and 3 top 20s. Next in line, we've got a newcomer to the game. Don't have any information on Mr. R.C. Enerson, 5,300, 37th, so he's starting dead last on the field. 29th on the power ranking was the best I could figure out for this guy. Took some history out of that car. Not expecting a whole lot. And we're finally starting to get to where these guys, none of these guys will be anybody that I will have any interest in, but we'll cover them very quickly. Justin Haley, 5,200, starting 30th at 29.7 average finish. Raced twice here in Xfinity, finishing 38th and 14th. Next in line, we've got Kyle Tilley, $5,000, starting 33rd with a 33rd average finish, and his first start at the Glen. Josh Bilicki, 4,800, 33rd on the power ranking, starting 34th, 30th place average finish, finished 32nd 2019, and has raced 3 Xfinity times, and 26th would be his best. Next grouping, we've got the final two. Garrett Smitley, 4,600, starting 32nd with a 29.0 average finish. He has raced 4 times in the Xfinity car here at Watkins Glen, with 23rd being his best finish. Quinn Hoff rounds out our group of drivers at 4,500, starting 35th with a 36th place average finish, and this will be Quinn Hoff's first time at the Glen. All right, so let's kind of break down our dominators, place differential guys, and value finishers. Of course, top of the heap here, Chase Elliott, followed by Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, and Martin Truex Jr. I really honestly expect Chase to make it up through the field fairly quickly. I'm not sure if they're having a competition caution, but that would probably come out lap 5 to 8. Somewhere in there. I expect Chase to probably be knocking on the door, if not already in the lead by that point. I expect Kyle Busch to probably move up through the field and at some point probably start to battle Chase for that top spot in Dominator. Joey Logano starting on the outside front row gives me some potential that he could end up leading the first of the few laps until Chase Elliott and those guys kind of catch up. In our place differential, we've got Kyle Busch starting 20th, Chase Elliott starting 11th, Chase Briscoe at 27th, Kurt Busch at 17th, Eric Jones 22nd, and Michael McDowell 25th. All those guys will be good PD upsides. Some of our value and other people to kind of keep an eye out for. Christopher Bell starting in 7th. I think he's going to probably stay at least top 10, if not potentially top 5. Matt DiBenedetto has got some value starting 14th. I think he could easily finish inside the top 10, so a little PD upside with him. Ryan Preece, I think, might be one of the more heavily owned value guys at 5,500. He actually does fairly well at road courses. And out of that grouping, James Davidson, if we're trying to save some money. And, I mean, could always throw something at R.C. Enerson. He's just not in great equipment. It's the problem. I'm sure he's probably a great road course racer. I just don't think he's going to have anywhere close to the same equipment that these other guys have got. So that's kind of our breakdown with dominators, place differentials, and value. Let's look at the optimal lineup from 2019. We had Chase Elliott absolutely dominate the field, leading 80 of the 90 laps. Started second, finished first at 33 fast laps. Not much else really to say about that, other than we had 4 place differentials guys and 1 value. The value being, I mean, there were still place differential points that they got there, but Paul Menard or Matt DiBenedetto, 6,500 and 6,900. Let's look at the last 4 road courses of 2019 so far. Sonoma, which is very similar in history and length 90 laps. Once again, 1 dominator, 4 place differentials, 2 values. Road America, 62 laps. Chase Elliott was pretty much our 1 dominator, even though a lot of people swapped out the leads and led laps, but a lot of value and place differential values here. I mean, look at our starting. Our average starting spot was 32.8 for the optimal lineup. That all had to do with just the really screwed up qualifying that they had. Yeah, when you've got Kyle Busch starting 40th and Chase Elliott starting 34th, massive PD upsides with those guys. So all 6 of these guys were PD upsides. Road America was just wonky. And once I saw how far everybody back started, it was pretty much a shoo-in to who I started for that weekend. But I don't think we're going to see it like that because most of these guys are starting at least in the top 20. Coda, 54 laps. This one was a mess because of the rain. But we had 2 kind of dominators with Chase Elliott leading 12 laps. And Brian Priest having 15. No, not even sure. That was such a messed up race. But that was our breakdown. And then the Daytona Road Course, 70 laps. Pretty much really 1 dominator with Christopher Bell having 12 fast laps, 5 laps led. Joe Logano had 10 laps led. So this kind of gives you a breakdown of what to expect potentially for the optimal lineup. I still think 1, maybe 2 dominators in your lineup, and the rest of it's going to need to be place differential or potentially that 1 value guy. So that's my breakdown for this week at Watkins Glen. I appreciate you tuning back in after our 2-week hiatus, and good luck this weekend. We have all the series are at the Glen this weekend, so lots of racing. We're back. It's great. I'm happy. I'm going on vacation. So you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to the beach, and we'll see you next weekend. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye.
Get a good deep breath. Get ready to roll here. Only about one thing tonight, getting the W's, so got to be around at the end to do that. Get ready to roll tonight, boys. Let's go have some fun.
Don't get me any more fired up than I already am.
All the way to the checkered. You're fine. Nobody's got to run. Checker time, baby! Hell yeah! Proud of you there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work. Keep putting yourself in position. We'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job. Great job, guys. Excellent work, my man. Excellent work. Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. Set out with a goal, we got it here, bud. Thank you very much.
Really proud of you, man. Drove your butt off tonight. We had the fastest car here, bud.
Probably killed our deal there. Just feel like I gave one away.
Yeah, boys. Way to rebound. Great job. Great job, bud. Really good job. Appreciate you hanging in there with us all weekend. What a weekend. Good job. Thank you.